All exams of mathematics that I have ever sat for, especially in final exams of my final studies, I've never failed to get a distinction. Now, this is not because I'm so extraordinary, but there are some ways that I use to write my exams that others use not to do. So, in this video, I'm going to explain about some simple tips that I used to use in my exams before that made me to succeed in my exams. The first tip that I used to use in my exam one is I would start with easy questions. Now, before I start answering questions, the first step I take is going through the paper. When they give me my math paper, I move through the paper from question number one to question number last by moving through it, by just seeing, spotting, not reading through everything, by just moving very quick move through the first page to the last page. Now, by quick moving, there's always what your eyes first see. This is easy, this is easy, this is easy. What your eyes first spot on. There are some questions, obviously, if you had practiced math, there are some questions that if you open the question paper, they look very familiar, and these are the questions that you have always been looking at. Now, for me, that first look that they give us, they say 5 minutes, but it takes sometimes it takes me 2 minutes, 3 minutes. When I'm moving through that paper, I easily tick those things that I look easy by sight. They are looking easy by sight, or questions that are really looking so familiar to me. So after ticking that, those are the very questions that I begin answering my exams with. Now, what I really like doing in most cases after answering these easy questions, I also plan on how I'm going to tackle my exams. I really used to like starting with questions that are having more marks. For example, we have almost section A used to have a few marks. Section A, you find maybe a question is having 4 marks or 5 marks, but in section B, a question is having like 12 marks. So what I would do after answering these questions that are easy by sight, especially I move through section A, I answer all the questions that are easy by sight. Then I come to section B. In section B, of course, they will be giving me my answer sheet. So I know that this answer sheet is going to answer section A, this answer sheet is going to answer section B. So I jump to section B. After answering all the questions that are easy by sight, I really jump to section B. Section B, they used to give optional. You find that they will bring like 7 questions, and out of the 7, you're supposed to choose 5 questions. So I make sure that I make my choices very fast, and then I start tackling section B. Why am I tackling section B? Because first of all, it has more marks, therefore it needs more concentration. Before my head is so confused, before I've been so much into the exams, I really jump into that section B. I start really writing that section B. So the reason why some of my friends used to fail, even those that we used to study together, those that we used to guide ourselves together, some of them used to fail because of time. So it means when you're in math exams, like if you know what you're doing, time will always be enough. So I would really first pick those section B questions. I start answering them. Now, when I answer, now remember, the trick I told you that you answer things that are easy for you. Don't first go for complicated things. You find that out of the 5 questions you have really chosen, if you have practiced maybe 3 questions or 4 questions are really so easy for you, and the third one, maybe the fifth one, maybe you are still thinking about it, how can I tackle it, or you are not so sure about it. First, tackle these 3 or 4 that you are really very sure of. Tackle them. After tackling them, come back to section A. Now start tackling questions in section A. Make sure you finish questions in section A, then you come and finish the last one. So that's how I used to write my exams. I don't know which way you write your exams, but for me, my main reason behind writing my exams was always starting with the easy questions. So I make sure always I had some easy questions that I just see and they are very familiar, they are obvious. So I begin with always those easy questions. I don't know how you do write your exams, but if you feel like you want some guidance about your exams or whatsoever, or you want some guidance in math, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you want any guidance about your high school mathematics, A level, or O level, mainly secondary school mathematics, and secondary school sciences like biology, chemistry, and whatsoever. And then even at because I really feel like this should be like an online school. We should create an online school that is going to help very many people. So you should not worry of my background. I've just moved into a new house, so you can see my bed is still disorganized. Things are still disorganized, but I just felt like creating this video to help you out. So I hope this video has helped you. If it has helped, like this video, turn on notification, and ask any question. Oh, which way do you feel like we should help? I'll be bringing in more more teachers to be guiding you. I'll be bringing in, like, it's going to be an online school. So make sure you subscribe, turn on your notification, because it's really going to be so nice.